Hi, this is Joseph Jaffe, professional EOS implementer. And today I want to talk to you about meetings and specifically, and there's no better way to put it, why do meetings suck? Why can we not solve the problem? And here's the good news. I think EOS has. Let's get into it. I want to start off with a bit of context. Napoleon Hill, in his book Think and Grow Rich, spoke about, and it's something we actually teach. We teach the procrastination model, but he talks about decision or decisiveness or indecision or being indecisive. Look, we all want to make the right decision quickly. But what most of us don't realize is the next best thing is actually making the wrong decision quickly. And that is followed by making the right decision slowly or too slowly and, right at the tail. The worst is not making a decision at all. So a lot of this has that in mind in terms of the power of being able to make decisions and move the chains, move the business forward. The problem is that we're all living in purgatory. We're all living in meeting hell, and let me prove it. How would you score on the basis of these 10 points? You have too many meetings at your company. They go on for too long. There are too many people in them. Some people don't say a word, and others won't shut up. There's no clear agenda or objectives. They don't start on time. They don't end on time. Often the outcome of a meeting is to set up another meeting. You don't make decisions, kicking the can down the road, repetition, deja vu discussions. You just seem to be kind of circling the wagons time and time again. Nothing seems to get done. And ultimately, tech or tool failures or just distractions. The main culprit there is people being on their phones as well. Good news, help is on the way. So we always go back to our EOS model that has your business in the center. And there are six key components. When Gino Wickman created the model, he realized that these six key components would be able to solve any business challenge that you might have right now. And in fact, any challenge is the weakness or deficiency in one or more of these six key components: vision, people, data, issues, process, and traction. And actually, where we're playing today is in the traction component. Vision without traction is hallucination. This is all about execution. There are two tools or disciplines primarily, and those are rocks and the meeting pulse. And what I'm going to be talking to you today is the meeting pulse. The thing about that, the meeting pulse, think about it. Your company is an organism. It is a system, and the idea of a pulse, a regular pulse, it is not just the heartbeat, but it is the actual indication of life. And what you want to make sure is that this pulse or heartbeat is consistent. No irregular heartbeats, no AFib. So what does that look like? Well, the meeting pulse has a bunch of rules. There are five, in fact. They take place on the same day, same time, same day. So maybe it's 9 a.m. on a Wednesday. Maybe it's 2 p.m. on a Friday. They start on time, it ends on time, and it follows the same agenda. And there are only two excuses to miss this meeting, which is death, as in yours, and vacation. The meeting pulse essentially replaces all those status meetings and all those one-on-ones. More on that later. Vince Lombardi said early is on time is late. So if you want to schmooze, you can do that before. Let me introduce you to the format of the Level 10 meeting. It's about 90 minutes. My belief is that there never has been a more advanced meeting structure in the history of business. And I'm going to prove it to you. First of all, we start off with good news. The segue is designed to help you move from being in the business to on the business. In these 90 minutes, as you see, you're going to be able to move the business forward. And to do that, you got to get out of your head. You've got to be able to leave all those fires and unread emails and all the day-to-day distractions and challenges just behind you just for a moment. So you start off with good news, personal and professional. This is what's called connecting the circles. And so what we're doing here is just being able to also create what's called a positive impact spiral. Start the meeting off on the front foot with positivity. Then we move into the scorecard. We do a scorecard review. This is only 5 minutes. What could be more important? And I'm going to keep repeating this, than connecting the circles, seeing what's going on in your lives, personally and professional. But now we're talking about business and financial performance of your business. What could be more important than looking at those metrics, those measurables, those data points? Well, how about the rock review? How about looking at the most important business priorities, projects, objectives, outcomes that you need to achieve over 90 days? This is the 90-day world. And you go through a rock review. Well, what could be more important than that? How about, are our customers happy? Our employees happy? And so now 5 minutes are spent on making sure that you're touching base, you're connecting with your customers, employees, partners, to share these headlines with the rest of the leadership team. And then finally, to do, making sure that you fulfill your promises. When you say you're going to do something, you do it. This is all about making sure that 90% of your to dos are to done. And if not, and you'll hear this phrase a lot within EOS, you drop it down. You drop it down into your issues list. So when your scorecard is red versus green, when your rocks are off track, when there's something related to your customers or employees, when to dos are not getting to done, you drop it down. Tell me if you can achieve that much in 25 minutes. It just isn't possible. But now you're going to spend 60 minutes IDSing, identify, discuss, solve. You're going to make sure that you get to the root cause of the issues and that you solve them so that they go away forever for the greater good of the organization. And you attempt to solve as many of them as possible in 60 minutes. And then you conclude. You conclude by recapping your to-dos, by going through cascading messaging. Whom outside of this meeting needs to hear what we discussed or decided on today? And then finally rate the meeting 1 to 10. Very soon after doing these L10 meetings, you will be rating them 10 or close to it. So common signs when you need this tool. You dread meetings. You wish the ground would open up and suck you in whole. And nobody owns anything. There's a lack of accountability. Your calendar or schedule looks like a Picasso palette or a Jackson Pollock painting. You have no time to think, to create, to build, to contemplate, to take a clarity break. You just don't have enough time to do your job. So if your calendar, if your schedule looks like this, and I've seen far too many with these back to back to back meetings, no white space, just all of this cacophony of colors, you're not going to be able to move your business forward. So here are some considerations. In theory, you should be able to run your business with just 2 meetings every single week. If you're on the leadership team, a 90-minute level 10 meeting. And if you are in a seat on your accountability chart, then one more meeting, roughly about 60 minutes. No standing one-on-ones. I just came across this Harvard Business Review article, and there's a great quote. The more one-on-one meetings senior executives have, the more fragmented and functionally siloed the organization can become. Other than your visionary and your integrator having a same page meeting, other than 4 quarterly conversations with your direct reports, these are the only meetings you should be having. Anecdotally, EOS is going to save you 67% of your time on meetings. Can you imagine that? So, what would you do with your time back? Number one, focus on your most important priorities, your accountability chart roles, your rocks, your scorecard. Number two, be a better leader and manager of your most important asset, your people. Number three, move the chains, move your business forward. Number four, focus on growth, competitive advantage, and customer intimacy. And number five, get what you want from your business. So I just want to leave you today with a quote from Gino Wickman. He said, "The only reason you have a problem is that you haven't made a decision." These are your bookends: indecision, indecisiveness, and actually recognizing your ability to make decisions is going to be able to solve your problems. And the best way to do that is the L10 meeting, the level 10 meeting. I hope this was valuable to you. If you'd like to get hold of me, you have my cell number, send me a text, my email address, and I'd love to talk to you more about how you can get what you want. from your business. Take care. Bye-bye.